This is the disc that I was trying to remember about the other day, yesterday I think. I had Utopia 1.2 burned. Move some stuff out of the way. That's a cool case. Utopia 1.2, and it would boot pretty much everything you can throw at it. Version 1.1, I've never had problems with. Apparently I thought that I hadn't burned it before, but upon burning it again today and trying to boot stuff with it, this is the one that actually boots the image files from the games that you try to boot. If that sounds weird, I'll just watch, you'll see. So I'm booting this, and this is the boot disk. From Sega. And that's a different one than 1.2. This is like this weird, all sorts of different fonts. It's got some lighting stuff that's weird. There, you got a ghost, I guess. So you pop it open. I got Revolt, which needs a boot disk. I'm gonna pop this in, and the main difference between 1.1 and 1.2, which is my last video, is this one shows the artwork for the game itself. It's wrapped around the reindeer and also as a disc sleeve behind it. Now this one being different, yeah, see, that's not exactly what you're looking for. So we're gonna drop this out, put the boot disc back in, pop that open, with a bunch of junk all over the place, and let's go with Soul Calibur 2 and see how that boots. That sleeve is busted. There's a boot disc. We got Soul Calibur. Pop that in. And as far as I can remember, it will load. There you go. The Soul Calibur disc. It's like the image of the disc, which is weird. In my last video, a guy from Reddit described how it worked slightly as far as the image contained in whatever the Dreamcast would see as far as the image. There we go, the game works, obviously. So that I'm gonna pop back in the case. I got Evolution, the World of Sacred Device. That sounds like a really fantastic game. I'm gonna pop this in. Don't need to see that. There we are again with the screen. Pop it open. The disk's drive slows down. This is what I'm throwing in there. Evolution. Oddly enough, this is black and white. I'm not sure why that is. And unlike what I thought before, I thought you had to push some buttons to get it going, get it to work. It actually will just read. Well, there you go. It's an image of the disc. I don't mean an image like an ISO or something. It's what, like a scan of the disc, I guess. But they never seem to really be true to what the disc is. I guess if you pop this in a computer, maybe you'll see what the Dreamcast sees to be, excuse me, the GD-ROM image. So I'm going to put this back in my case. in this. Now let's do some stuff that I've downloaded. Fire this up. Utopia 1.1. And this is not to prove if stuff works. It's to see what the image is. I've got a VMU backup CD from a previous video. Let's see if that shows up as anything when I pop that in. Alright. And I'm going to provide a link to the Utopia 1.1 from where I got it, so you guys can all download it and try it for yourself. I'm not sure if this one's... yeah, that's not doing much. Let's pop Utopia 1.2 in. Is not doing much of anything. Not very exciting. And that's Utopia 1.2, which actually has started to get disk rot. That's pretty unfortunate. Pop that in. I have the disk of Crazy Taxi. I used to love this game, doing the jumps and whatnot. The odd bit for this game, I don't know, this is a late copy. Thank you. Is that, okay, so we got Soul Calibur here, right? This is something I've noticed. It's a little odd. Soul Calibur, it's like a fine pressing. It's almost like like they put a layer of whatever on the disc, and then they warmed it up, and it's really smooth. I mean, I worked in screen printing for a while, so I know how this stuff works. But this Crazy Taxi I have, although it does work perfectly fine, it actually seems it's almost rough feeling in a bad way.
Yeah.
I got 3 hands, but it's not pressed down where the imprint is. Although it has all the GD-ROM, like the specs, the stuff that makes the Dreamcast, is the table of contents and much other stuff. It's pushed down right there from distress over the years, or it's just dried out. But it's not pressed down into the disc, which is a little odd because they never need to be pressed down. They're just printed onto where they need to be printed to. But this seems to be one circular image that had been pressed out in certain points. That's a lot. Something to note. So Utopia, popping that out. Put Crazy Taxi in.
Isn't that a game?
And that one is actually, that's identical to what the disc actually does look like.
So it looks like the reindeer basically just, like in real life, if you had like a glass version of that, and you just moved it over something, you'd see the altered colors through it.
Yeah, like
it looks like that's what happened.
Yeah, pretty much it would refract it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what the 1.1 does. The 1.2 actually didn't do that at all. I got a stack of stuff. I mean, I don't need to cut this video short. I can run through these guys if anybody's interested.
I'll help.
My son's here. He's behind me. He's interested. So
hi, humans.
I will. I'll just keep running through these discs. All right. I guess Sega's roll up next. Almost all this stuff is self-boot.
I'm gonna grab my blanket.
Alright. I got some emulators on here too. And I wonder what those would look like if I fired those up. Let's go with Sega Swirl.
Yay.
Not much, apparently. Reindeer keeps spinning. And as I said in my video of Utopia 1.2, there was one that you could pop in, and I don't know what version, maybe it was a modified version. You pop it in, and it had a reindeer with a like a Santa Claus hat. It was red and white, and that's, nobody seems to care about something like that. But it was like some weird thing that I saw once that I think I maybe did have. That for me, that's why it's awesome, because I saw it one time somewhere.
You have an extra seat.
Extra seat? I mean, grab a house over there. I don't know. Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
That's fun.
I don't really have a seat.
Well, damn.
This is odd. This one's not really seeming to load anything.
Uh-oh.
It's actually pretty disappointing. I got two more that I want to run through. It's Gameshark.
I don't think that one works.
No, it does work. It works. It's a self-boot one, and a Neo Geo Pocket Color.
I think that one works.
Desk. No, that one.
Because the Shark one I've put in a few times, and didn't work.
The Gameshark should work by itself.
Yeah, I tried it by itself and it didn't work.
It didn't do anything?
It just showed a black screen.
Well, I am about to prove you wrong. Self-boot. Alright. I'm gonna run dry here. Dreamcast. Gameshark.
See?
Having trouble reading. It's all over the place.
Here, hand it to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you this. It does work. Turn it off, turn it back on again. It is a self-boot disc. It seems 1.2 is being very picky about what it will show and what it won't, and what it will boot and what it won't. Because I know for a fact this one works. There you go. CDX is working. And this has so many codes on it. So basically, what this does, the CDX for Dreamcast, is you save them onto, it doesn't mess with the game whatsoever. I mean, it can, they're all on disk. But it saves it to your VMU, and then you shut down the console, put your game in, and then load it up with that save. As far as I know, there's never been any merging of files. Like, you can't merge your save with a bunch of cheats, or if you want a bunch of lives to merge that with your save, you have to either have your original save or have whatever was on here. I mean, it's obviously a Laura Croft bust. Oh, she blinks at you. That's nice. With the Dreamcast shooter. So that is my video on Utopia 1.1. Like I thought, it has the capability to boot the image, especially in Crazy Taxi. It looks exactly like the disc pressing itself. It does work. So I'm gonna post this, and I will have a link to where you can download 1.1, and don't pay for it, because I wouldn't make anybody pay for something that I didn't pay for myself. So have a good night.